Hello and welcome to ICG Podcast episode 32. I'm Abdul and joining me is the absence of Yashwant. So it's 2024, so Happy New Year, folks. Belated Happy New Year's because obviously I'm 5 days late. But yeah, this is the first episode for this year and I'm doing it solo. Um, so yeah, great start to the year, I guess. Um, anyways, Yashwant is out of station, so he could not make it for this podcast episode and obviously, with Bilal, it is a one-time special episode, so he couldn't make it, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, maybe if the other moderators aren't very camera shy or something, they can hop on maybe in some other podcast. Who knows? But yeah, for now, you're gonna have to deal with me, and as usual, it might be very short when I do it. So we'll get it right to it then. Anyways, first and foremost, I'll say the PlayStation Plus essential games for this month. I mean, it was already announced last week or so. But since we didn't host and since we didn't do a podcast last week, because obviously everyone wanted to enjoy their New Year's Eve and stuff like that, we decided to give it a break. And they announced the games then, and they are now available now to download. So, so the three games that are available right now is A Plague Tale Requiem, Evil West, and Nobody Saves the World. And I have all three of them downloaded and ready. And I still haven't played them any of them yet because I want to complete Plague Tale Innocence first. So yeah, once I do that, maybe I'll go to Plague Tale Requiem. And we have the first comment of this night and this year from Hungry Wolf. Says, "Yo, it's first episode of the year. Hey man, how you doing? Thank you for joining me on the first episode of the year." But yeah, anyways, I think that covers up the games for PlayStation Plus Essential. And Xbox has announced the games that will be coming soon to Game Pass. So, well, at least the first two games have already come as far as I've seen. But the games that will be available for January are Close to the Sun, Hell Let Loose, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Figment, Super Mega Baseball 4, We Happy Few, Resident Evil 2, and Those Who Remain. And just like new games are having, old games have to go. So last date will be January 14th, I guess, till midnight. We have till midnight on January 14th. So midnight, as soon as it becomes 15th. But yeah, they leave on the 15th. So apparently 5 games will be leaving. The games that will be leaving will be GTA 5, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Garden Story, and MotoGP 22. Um, I really wanted to try the Persona games at some point in when they were there, but I was like, man, they're very long games, and I don't know. I had other games to take care of, and yeah, I ended up completing got a 100% in 12 games, 11 or 12. Oh, like in 2023. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get another 12 this year, maybe more. Who knows? If the games are interesting enough, probably I'll do it. But yeah, moving on from my personal stories. Baldur's Gate 3 has won the Steam's Game of the Year award. No surprise there. It was a goatee for a reason, and looks like it's a similar case on Steam. And on same topic of Steam, 14,532 games launched on Steam in 2023. My God, that's a lot of games. I didn't do the math though, so I cannot say how many games per day, but I'm pretty sure. I think it's safe to say at least 100 games, maybe more per day if you counted the entire year. But yeah. Anyways, Hunger Wolf says Persona 3 remake is coming, so you can still play Persona game. Okay, yeah, sure. I look forward to it because I looked at Persona 5 Tactica and I'm like, nah, that doesn't really that doesn't strike my fancy. So I'm like, maybe some other Persona game. So yeah, Persona 3 remake is coming. I'll try that out. Anyways, moving on, the indie game Dave the Diver has sold 3 million copies. Woohoo! I mean, yeah, it was, you know, it is a good game. I mean, no doubt there. And we have another comment for today from VJax. Hey there, Vijay, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the podcast. And he says the majority would be a B class game. I mean, you can't expect all 14,000 games to be AAA and stuff, right? So, I mean, Steam has plenty of indies, so many independent developers just making their own games and publishing it on Steam and giving it, like, that's their way of making it publicly available to people and for people to find out that games are there. So, yeah, it could be a hit or miss, but it's completely dependent on what you're looking for. Might find some hidden gems that only you might like. So, yeah. Anyways, speaking of Dave the Diver, if you guys are on the server, kindly take part in the giveaway, which will be ending tomorrow. We have surprisingly 3 giveaways going on. One is for the Dave the Diver Steam key. So yeah, you can get a Steam key for Dave the Diver, and one is for 1 month of Discord Nitro, and the other one is for 1 month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And you guys should definitely take part, see if you get a chance to win it. But thing is, minimum requirement is level 15. So if you aren't very active on the server, you can't participate. So yeah. As Vijay says, great, bruh. Yeah, true that lots indies developers and Kickstarters. Yeah, I mean they need somewhere to publish their games where people see them a lot. So yeah, I guess Steam is the way to go. Anyways, so moving on, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty has sold 5 million copies. So DLC selling 5 million copies. Wow. I mean, it's no surprise. They just really you know, pumped up the game quite a lot with their own 2.0 and 2.1 updates, and Phantom Liberty just sort of poured in lots of stuff into it. So yeah, I mean, it's no surprise. It's worth it for the amount of no difficulties and stuff that CD Projekt Red faced from the game. I mean, they did mess up the launch and stuff like that, but I feel like they really redeemed themselves. So yeah, GG on them, and I hope it develops further. So yeah, anyways, moving on. So from Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary New Year message, we have the following um, statistics, I guess. So Monster Hunter World has sold 23 million copies. Really bad. And I mean, that's awesome for a game that's, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 years old. So no, I don't know. And then Monster Hunter Rise has sold 13 million copies. Monster Hunter now has surpassed 10 million downloads. Wow. For those of you who don't know, Monster Hunter now is pretty much like a Pokemon Go game. So I'm sorry about that. My room is always noisy. Anyways, so there will be new info regarding Monster Hunter Wilds this summer, and I mean, sorry for that weird smile in the pause and smile in the middle because my nephew is just walking into my room. So yeah, it's always a cheery moment to see him. Anyways, moving on. So Prince of Persia Lost Crown will be 60 FPS on all of the platforms that will be releasing on. So great for that, I guess. Apparently, earlier this week, Ubisoft said that the Lost Crown is around 25 hours long, and I don't know if they mean just for the campaign or for like completionist, but they just said like it's 25 hours long, so your mileage may vary depending on how you play the game. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Halo is getting a Warhammer 40k like tabletop game from Mantic Games later this year. So I don't know what a tabletop game is. Maybe it's like Monopoly and stuff like that. I guess I seriously don't know. And we have comment from Hungry Wolf. He says Monster Hunter Wilds update. Aaron has a cameo as an NPC. Oh boy, I mean that will make the sales shoot through the roof. I guess Hungry Wolf. And Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, for those of you who don't understand the context, Aaron is like a huge fan of Monster Hunter games in our server, and so yeah, this is kind of like a shout out to him. So yeah, anyways, Sarthak Sarangi, I guess. Sorry for if I mentioned your name wrong, but welcome to the podcast. And he's asking, "Are you okay, bro? You seem to have a bandage on your neck." I mean, I guess it's your first time seeing me, but this is not a bandage. I have a tracheostomy tube over here. It allows me to speak, and if you see here, this is the cap. If I close it, I can speak. If I remove it, I start breathing from here and not through my nose. Yeah, that's that. If in case you need to know. Anyways, Vijay says the last game Monster Hunter series I played was Monster Hunter Ultimate on the 3DS and Switch. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to really try out the old PSP Monster Hunter games and all, but I guess I was a bit too late because I didn't have a PSP, and by the time I tried it, it was really, really old. So, I mean, I couldn't play it. So, I guess Monster Hunter World is where I actually started stepping foot into the Monster Hunter franchise. So, yeah, it was good. It was fun. Probably if I get some people to co-op with, I might start playing it again. We'll see. It's in an ups. I don't know how to take it. It's a bittersweet thing, I guess. But yeah, it's from my favorite franchise. So Gran Turismo Sport has been delisted from the PlayStation Store. The online service is shutting down on January 31st, as Sony announced last year. Wow. And yeah, so this is pretty much the last month where online service will be available. And after that, the game will be pretty much dead because it's completely focused on multiplayer racing and all that. I mean, it had single player sort of stuff added into it, but it's not necessarily going to allow you to play it because the game requires an always online connection. So that just sucks. I really just hope that Gran Turismo 7 releases an offline patch by the time it's going to end its service. But Gran Turismo Sport launched on October 17th, 2017. So that's a what good 6 years, 6.5 years. So great run. So I'm guessing who knows, maybe Gran Turismo 7 might end in 2028, 2029. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully they'll give an offline patch by then. Let's hope so. And Vijay says, "Yep, too pixelated, bro." I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard. Also considering the fact I don't have a PSP. I mean, so yeah, it was. It's. I mean, I don't know. Playing a pixelated 3D game is kind of hard when you compare to playing something like the old Pokemon games from the Game Boy and all. Those don't seem bad. I mean, they are not really necessarily 3D, but because they are designed in that way, it just looks fine. I don't mind the pixelation, but yeah, I can see where it's coming from. But anyways, PlayStation uploaded a video in which they highlighted the games that will be releasing in 2024, and apparently included that video was Silent Hill 2 remake and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. And if you haven't watched that video, I have linked the video down in the description, so check it out later if you want. And Vijay has a comment. I guess there is still some PS Vita available. I guess for 12K or something. I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about the original PSP, man, not the PS Vita. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, market for anything like that. So I'm just gonna stick with my PS5 and Xbox for now. I'll think about the older games later, perhaps. Anyways, moving on. Uh, a 13-year-old boy called Willis Blue Scout. I think it's Blue Scout. I don't know. He has some nickname, but his name is Willis Gibson, and he's the first person who beat the Tetris game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. He placed the blocks so fast that the game crashed, and yeah, he won the game by getting triple nine, like the score. So he got the highest score, and game crashed. And this is something that was achieved like 30, 40 years after the game first came out. So kudos to him. And I have another comment from Sarthak. He's like, "Are you into any handhelds?" Well, currently no. I'm not roaming around anywhere as much, so I don't necessarily need a handle. Most of the time, I'm already with my PS5 and Xbox. So, um, I mean, for me particularly, handhelds are don't necessarily have a spot in my sort of use case scenario. But if I started moving around a lot, I probably will get a handheld. Maybe a Steam Deck, maybe a Switch. But yeah, that depends on when I start moving around a lot. For now, I'm just chill with what I have. So yeah. Anyways, if the Xbox fridge wasn't big enough, mini fridge wasn't a big enough thing. Apparently, an Xbox Series S toaster is real now, and but you can only buy it in America and Walmart for $40. So you get a toaster shaped like a Series S. Yeah, after a mini fridge that looked like the Xbox Series X. So yeah, uh, crazy times. Anyways, Netflix is trying to figure out how they can make money with their game offerings, including ads and games, such as in its ad supported tier, also including in game purchases, or charging more for sophisticated games. So, obviously, I think they've seen that giving away games free for those who have a Netflix subscription is not necessarily getting them any money, I guess. So, they want to try and monetize it in some way or the other because, of course, they are Netflix. And I don't know why they want to even bother with games because they are, after all, a OTT service. So I don't know. But in the end, people want to make money with like big corporations, so they want money. So yeah, I guess in the future you might see in-app purchases available, or they might charge more for high games like GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition or like Hades games like that. They might start charging extra for it. Who knows? It's all in the future. They haven't made anything concrete yet. And yeah, so I guess we are in the clear for now. But yeah, let's just hope that nothing happens. Anyways, the next news is that Square Enix CEO Takashi Kiryu said in a New Year letter that Square Enix will be aggressive in applying AI. He says, and I quote, "We also intend to be aggressive in applying AI and other cutting edge technologies to both our content development and our publishing functions." End quote. So yeah, I guess the only AI there, I mean the AI they're going to bring in is going to be top tier for developing games and stuff and for publishing. So yeah, um, I don't know what they'll do, but I guess they're going to invest heavily in AI. And yeah, next moving on, Dr. Serkan Toto. Sorry, I don't know who he is. I didn't do my research, but I guess he's important because he's been mentioned here. Yeah, anyways, so Dr. Serkan Toto believes the next Nintendo console is more of an iteration rather than a revolution. And so yeah, I think it might be like a Switch 2, a Switch Pro, something like that, and not something completely new. Like after the Nintendo Wii, we got the Wii U, and then they made the Switch. It's not going to be something big like that. It's going to be a Nintendo 2 or Nintendo Pro, and apparently it'll launch for $400 and the games could also match at $70. So it looks like Nintendo is bringing the price up to the same amount of game prices as PlayStation and Xbox. So uh, yeah, that's not really good in our case for our spending habits, but it's bound to happen. Anyways, Jurgen Post. I mean, I can't. These names are just. I don't know how to pronounce them. I'm so sorry if I butcher them. But yeah, Jurgen Post returns to Sega Europe as Chief Operating Officer of West Studios and Regional Managing Director. Okay, so the President and Chief Executive Officer Gary Dale and Chief Studio Officer Tim Heaton are stepping down and leaving Sega. Okay, um, no comments. It's just people moving around in their company. So yes, and the developer Nexon, the makers of Dave the Developer, have been fined $8.9 million by the Korea Fair Trade Commission for changing the gacha pull rates in their game Maple Story without notifying the players. So yeah, so that was it's a cheeky move they tried to pull off and made their odds harder to get. But looks like they got caught, and now they have to pay a fine for $8.9 million. Oh boy! And I thought that this year there'll be a big change, and I wouldn't have to do this segment of the podcast. But unfortunately, it's still there. And yeah, as always, I hate doing this segment. It's a layoff segment. So, Bossa Studios has laid off 19 people, which is one third of its employees. I mean, it's really bad when you lay off one third of your force because it's a studio I've never even heard of before. I don't even know what games they made. I didn't even bother googling it. So, and VJax asked a very interesting question. You mean Dave the game for MS DOS? It's not 1998 yet. It's not 1998 still, man. It's 2023. Dave the Diver. The name Dave is there, but it's Dave the Diver. It's a completely different game. Google it. You might find it. It was even nominated for. It was one of the nominees in Game Awards for independent for best indie games. So yeah, but good thing it didn't win because it definitely isn't an indie game because it's backed by a big company. So yeah. Anyways, Archiact. Nice name of studio. The studio Archiact, the makers of Doom 3 VR. It's the next company which announced a huge wave, not a huge wave, but a wave of layoffs. Um, yeah, 1998 Windows. Yeah, Angry Wolf says so. It's 1998 Windows 98. I still remember playing that, and I must say I have fond memories of playing that game. It's just you know, it's fun. But yeah, back then as a kid, I didn't know how to cross maybe 3 or 4 levels. My uncle played it like crazy, and he was the one who showed it to me, and he would always flex by beating all of the levels, and I would just watch him, and I was like, wow. But times have changed. We went all the way from those pixelated 2D scrolling games that were very challenging to now 4K games and stuff like that. It's been quite a thing. Yeah, Vijay says, thanks, bro. I think he's trying to say bro, but yeah, thanks, bro. Sure, I will check. Yeah, go ahead, check. No issues. And yeah, because it's just the start of the year, that pretty much ends up. That's almost all the news. I mean, not almost, that's all the news that I have for now. And that's pretty much it. Because the year has just started and nothing interesting has popped up. Hopefully, in the coming weeks, maybe there might be more stuff. But yeah, everyone has just started to roll out from their holiday phase and start to do stuff. So we'll only start getting more news. Hopefully, good ones from now on. So yeah, meantime, Vijay says, frankly, in the year 1998, Windows 98 for was too expensive here in India. We were still either using Windows 95 or Windows CE back then. I mean, I wasn't in India back then, and Uh, I was in Dubai, so I think my first ever Windows was Windows 95, and yeah, I think I used 98 for a while. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe in school to learn Q Basic. I don't know. I did 98. 2000. I don't remember using 2000, but XP. Yeah, I remember XP quite a lot. Yeah, and anyways, Hungry Wolf says, yeah, we changed to 98 in 2000. I mean, it's Windows, man. You can change it whenever you want, more or less. Vijay asks, where is Yashwant, bro? Busy. Ah, yeah, he's out of station. In fact, I messaged him in the morning and asked him, are you up for the podcast tonight? And he's like, sorry, bro, I'm out of station. You can go ahead and do it. I'm like, okay, sure, no issues. We already uh, skipped one last week, so yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say in this podcast. I have nothing much to do. Or, I mean, nothing much else to say. So, thank you all for watching. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me because I have plenty of time and I finish this way too quickly. So, yeah, I'm open to any questions. And there's nothing really significant to recap. I guess maybe the PS Plus Essential games. I've played Little Requiem, Evil West, and Nobody Saves the World. Angry Bull says we have Star Citizen. Do we really? Is it out yet? I don't know. Kindly enlighten me. But yeah, Vijay, so what are you playing currently? I'm playing two games currently. I'm playing Sea of Stars on Xbox, and I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on PlayStation. Uh, but yeah, pretty, both are pretty decently sized games in terms of you know story and stuff like that. I mean, I'm genuinely surprised at this amount of content and size and scale of Sea of Stars, despite being an indie game. And I really feel it deserved that Best Indie Game of the Year award because I don't know. I think I'm maybe 18 to 20 hours in. I'm still nowhere close. To, I I'm starting to wonder if even I'm in the halfway point. It's just huge. So I highly recommend you guys to start playing. If you have PS Plus Extra, it's free. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, it's free. So definitely give it a go if you want to, get a load of that old school RPG, like turn-based um, games, retro games, and things just breathes life into those old games. It's not like a remaster or remake and something like that. It's generally a good game that has been brought into modern times. So yeah, Hungry says since you're playing Sea of Stars, wait, hold on. I swear, man, someone has to remove this like button from this. Ah, okay. Since you are playing Sea of Stars, you are a Star Citizen. Nice. Okay, I like that pun. So yeah, Angry Wolf. I feel like my influence has rubbed off too much on you. So yeah, it's time you. No, it's a good thing. Yeah, my influence is a good thing. So keep making bad puns. It's what keeps us going through the day. Yeah. Vijay says, yeah, Microsoft has beating and pampering the game for a long time. I'm getting let down by the graphics approach it takes with. Which game are you talking about? Sea of Stars? Or some other game? Kindly let me know. I'm clueless which one it is. I'm guessing it is Sea of Stars. And I think that's pretty much it. I have nothing more. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask. I have loads of time. Not even least 30 months. This might be the shortest podcast ever. Who knows? Right. Vijay says with Sea of Stars, bro. Microsoft is beating and pampering me for her. Sea of Thieves, sorry. Sea of Thieves. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea, right? I mean, lots of people might like being a pirate and they might not mind the graphic style and all that. So, I don't know. Uh, I mean, yeah, not everyone really likes any major changes in the art direction or the graphics and stuff, but lots of people will be satisfied that it runs at 60 FPS. It's a first person game. You can shoot, you sail a pirate ship, you shoot zombie pirates and ghosts and stuff like that. So it's got a lot. My little cousin brother enjoyed playing it, and me, I just watch because I can't shoot with anything. So yeah, but I think as long as the lifesavers like game like that does good, I don't think Microsoft will easily just let it go like that. They want to make it. So yeah, uh, I guess you have to just get adjusted to it. I guess. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, no further questions. So I guess I'll wrap it up here. So thank you guys for watching, and I can individually thank everyone if it's. Oh wait, Vijay has a comment. Once again, it's blocked by the stupid like button. That game has a very intriguing story. I'll surely try that. I mean, Sea of Stars. I mean, yeah, the story is quite decent. If you like to read a lot, I mean, because obviously there's no voice acted cutscenes and stuff like that. It's mostly like text dialogue boxes which you have to read through and skip. And stories pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, Agriul says there's a new Hunter x Hunter game coming. I haven't even watched the anime or read the manga, man, so I don't know anything about that game or how it is. So yeah, I guess I'll have to give it a pass. Anyways, other than that, yeah. So I just like to say thank you to Hungry Wolf, thank you to Vijay, thank you to Sarthak for the short term that you are here, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really like, subscribe, and watch more of our videos. We still haven't reached 200 hours. I think I reached 160, 170 perhaps. I don't know. But Bilal did upload a bunch of shots and he got 263 views within 4 to 5 days. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe we should do more shots. I don't know. I'm tempted to think so. But yeah, I'm not a guy who likes shots, so I'm sticking with the podcast. Any shots uploaded, I think mostly be by Bilal. But yeah, anyways, Vijay says, thanks, bro. See you later. Yeah, thanks a lot for joining, man. Have a good night. Have a good night, Hungry Wolf. Have a good night, Sarthak. Have a good night to all of you who have watched this episode. And yeah, once again, like, subscribe, and watch more of our videos. I hope you have a good night, and I hope you have a good Sunday, and I'll have a great week ahead. And hopefully next weekend, Yashwant will join me, and we'll have a longer episode than this. And hopefully, at least this year, we end up finally playing Dark Souls thing. Yeah, yeah. He played Returnal with Bilal, but he didn't remember to stream it. That would have been fun to watch. But okay, Dark Souls 3, sometime in the future. We should make it happen sometime. Let's see. As thanks, guys. Take care. This is Abdul signing off.